Okay, hello, this is Mr. Deckard, and I'm here at Studio D Productions, and I'm coming tonight with the video that I promised I would make. Today I introduced a lesson and a project, actually, and you're to take a celebrity photo and you're to trace it, and we want a more polished job this time, and as such I'm going to give more time for it. But I need to briefly talk about how to set this up and how to get going, and the strategy that would probably be the smartest way for you to go. So what I have here is the graphic that I looked up, and this is the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow. And what I did is I set my tools on images to large. I found this image and then I right clicked on it and open image in new tab, which opens up a larger version. This is the biggest picture you're going to get. Do yourself a favor, make sure that, you see how big that looks on my screen? That's what you want. As big as possible, because it's going to be easier to do your trace if you can see what you're tracing. So I've now pasted it into my stage here, and your toolbar will look like this. And I know some of you are upset about this outline here, and somebody asked me today, how do you get rid of that? Well, the two things you could do, you could resize the image to fit it, but that's going to shrink it down. And the truth of the matter is, the picture is in landscape format and the stage is set for portrait. So we can change this very easily by coming over to the layers menu, switch over to artboards, and right here in the corner or the edge, you see a white piece of paper. If you double click right on it, I'm going to turn its sound off, by the way. If you click it, you can get this screen. Now what I want to do is I want to move this to the side so you can see it. And I'm going to start juggling these numbers. And I'm going to guess that this is about 2,000 wide. And I'm not going to hit OK. What I'm going to do is actually click on the bottom number. That's too big. So I'm going to knock that down to about 1,800. That's still too big. Let's go 1,500. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing it down a little by little. There we go. Little by little. I'm going to go 1,300. And I'm betting this is going to be pretty close. Yeah, that'll do. And on this, I'm going to go ahead and run it up to, actually, I can just leave it there. I think it's fine. I could run that to 780, and it probably would nail it. You know what, one more. Let's go 760. That'll do. So I'm going to hit OK. And my screen is pretty much sized up. Now I'm going to go back to layers. And I want to lock that layer down, rename it picture or original is what I typically do, but I just want to make sure I have it locked. That's so important. Then I'm going to come over to the left hand side on the toolbar, and I'm going to change to a black outline. Actually, probably I'm going to go with a green, actually something I can see against her red hair. And then I'm going to change the fill to no fill by clicking right here or clicking right up here in the upper right hand corner. Either way. I'm going to use my pen tool, and I need to create a new layer. See? So I'm going to come here and create a new layer. I'm going to call this face. Now I'm going to break this graphic down into different pieces, and here's the strategy. I'm going to set up a basic trace here without a lot of detail until I get probably down in this area. I'm just going to blob it up. And then I'm going to fill that with a skin tone, and then I will come back and I will do a hair on another layer over the top, just real basic, and then you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of saving time. So simple here. I'm just going to come up and I'm just going to click this off, and I'm not even going to worry about the neck per se. You'll see how I handle that directly. I'm actually making certain that I stay outside. Oops, Control Z. I'm going to land right on that path. There we go. Now I'm going to have to correct this line, but that's okay. I hit Shift C, It's this tool right here. I can also get to it by left click and holding the pen tool. I'm going to pull that out. Then I'm going to go to my white arrow or my direct selection tool, hold my Alt, and pull this handle back down. And that's all I have to do for the face, other than I'm now going to open up a color palette. So I'm going to go to Window, Swatch Libraries. My screen's bigger here than it work, and then go to Skin Tones. And I'm going to pull out a light skin tone, probably something in this range. And I'm just going to fill it. Going to lock it, and I'm going to turn it off. Next, I'm going to create another layer. This is going to be your hair. I need to turn off the fill again. I'm going to go to my pen by hitting P. This video is actually almost done, believe it or not. And I'm just going to hit some points along the way. And this is where things get a little funkier and where I have to be careful. Now, I do want to follow her face line. And I'm just popping points along the way. Then I'm going to come back around. And finish. All right. That doesn't look very good right now, but again, I'm going to left click and hold on this or hit Shift C. Convert anchor point. I'm going to pull the anchors out. Since I went counterclockwise, which is what I typically do, I need to pull these counterclockwise. I just need to have handles in them so I can see them. And I'm going to use those handles to make my specific changes. Oop. Sometimes you have to zoom in to get it. I have my mouse set to ultra sensitivity. Oh, to show you my mouse, I don't know if you can see the light go up and down or not. That's the lowest sensitivity. That's the highest sensitivity. And so that's adjustable here. And sometimes I have things too sensitive, and it makes it difficult for me to do this finer work. And I can just crank that down if I need to. All right, almost. A few more points to hit. The important thing to remember is if I don't have enough points, I can add some later. If I have too many, I can take some out. All right, so there we go. Now, we're going to go over here to the white arrow or the direct selection tool. I'm going to click on my anchor to activate it. And that gets my handle out here. I'm going to hold my Alt. And I'm going to level that handle along the top line. I'm going to pull that handle out here. I am not going to try to get a perfect representation of the hair by hair. That's a waste of time. But what I am going to try to do is create shape. And so I'm going to put these occasional hoops in. Actually, I'm going to have to hit this one first. I think I missed that on a handle. I think I did. It's not going to matter that. Oh, Control Z. There we go. See, I can just come right back in here. I can do it. I can put it right back. In fact, I'm just going to leave it alone. It's good enough for where it's at. I'm going to Put this out here. Click. There is no perfect trace of hair like this because, to be honest, she has a lot of texture in her hair. We can replicate some of that by putting highlights in and another pass. But what I wanted to show you was on the base shaping how we can essentially get this ready to go. I think I can leave that shape alone on the inside of her hair. What I want to do now, and this is where you do get picky, I want to shape her face from this. So clicking here, pull that out a little bit, pull this out a little bit. Almost there, almost there. That's not too bad. And you could get away with quite a bit of stuff here, you know, to be honest. Pull that handle down like that. And that pretty much gets me what I want right there. Level that handle out a little bit, pull it over there. Pull it over there. Oh, this is getting so close. There. I need that swoop of her hair right here. I need a bit of a swoop right here for her eye. I think maybe this has to come in some. Okay, when that happens, zoom in, hold your shift, pull over, move the anchor. You'll get a finer movement like that. There we go. That's where I want it. This will look better than you think here in just a moment. Okay. 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 I want to move this handle down to something more like right here. I think I can shape it better if I do. See, you have the flexibility to move things. You're not stuck whenever you put things down in the first place. Okay, that's really snapping too. I like that. I think I want to pull this handle down to right here. I think that works better. Just a slight puff out. Once this handle rotates out, oop, I think I can pull this handle in, and there's a tug of war between 2 points. You have exit handles and entry handles, and oftentimes you have to go back and forth to get the balance that you need. Okay, just a slight curve on that. Okay, need to curve this along that line. I might actually come in and put another, watch this, I'm going to hit the plus, left click, and see how it put a handle there? And I'm going to put one right there. I think I need a couple. Now I'm going to use my white arrow, and the reason I do is I think I need to have this puff a little bit right here to help shape the hair, and I need to puff there. I need to move this in. Oh, be careful. If you see that, I didn't activate my anchor before I pulled. That's what happened. Hit Control Z if you see that. You can immediately get out of it. Okay, almost there. I'm going to leave that shape something like that. Almost there. All right. Almost there. like that better. And boom. There we go. Now I'm going to zoom out. Double clicking the hand. It's going to take us out to the shape. Now, almost there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this eyedropper and try to sample a color from her hair. This may not work because red hair is difficult because it has so many shades to it, but I'm going to grab one of the lighter shades and hopefully, yeah, I may have to pick a color off of my swatches. Let's do this. Swatch libraries. Until I put highlights in or shadows or whatever, this is going to be just a real rough look. So I'm going to hopefully be able to pull something out of this that will work better. No, that's not it. Oh man, it's all so neon. Oh, ugh. I don't like any of it. I'm sorry for the buzzing there. My daughter is hitting us right now. She hurt her foot today, and we're trying to get that straightened out. Oh, ugh. I don't like any of the shades. I don't like any of them. Let's go to something a bit. I'm going to go with that for now. Okay, I'm just going to go with it for now, just so we can finish this up. Now, what I want you to see when I deselect this is what happens when I turn the layers back on. Okay, now, question. Can you see the shape of her face emerging? The answer is yes, and I'm using the hair to do that. The precision shaping, I'm going to turn off the outline. That's good. Turn off the outline there. Good. So now our precision shaping is actually happening from the hair. I didn't have to do anything with the face to get that outline around the face. And I can clean that hair up later on. What I'll do is I'll go in and I'll put in some streaks and some highlights, and that will actually look a lot better. As I look at this now, that orange doesn't bother me so much. I think it's going to be okay. The shape of the right side of the face looks a bit off, but when I put in features like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, eyebrows, it's going to make a lot more sense. So with that, this video has probably gone on long enough, and so I would tell you, this is Studio D Productions, Mr. Deckard, and I am signing off.